Good evening and welcome to Jim Only's World of Weather. You clicked on to long range weather forecast discussion for January 4th to the 16th. Models and ensembles are in good agreement with the large scale flow for January 4th to the 8th in maintaining a ridge near the west coast of North America and a trough over eastern Canada. The main problem in this period is the interaction between an upper low over northern Canada and the polar vortex across eastern Canada. The problem will be energy rounding south and the east side of the eastern Canadian vortex. The main story of this period will be the cold. Two significant Arctic outbreaks could bring temperatures to much as 20 to 30 degrees below normal. Low mid-level heights and deep cold air near the northern border under the southern fringes of the polar vortex should result in lows below zero across sections of New England, and places as far south as the Mason-Dixon line may see their coldest days in the past 20 years, according to the Weather Prediction Center. Expect the heaviest precipitation to be across the Midwest eastward early next week as the frontal boundary moves across the region. Another area will be across the lakes. Further south, the flow from the high to the north will cause above normal temperatures across Florida. The west will experience temperatures of 10 degrees above normal. A Pacific system in the Rockies should spread light to moderate precipitation across the northwest into the northern and central Rockies. But in the meantime, we have an impending winter storm across the northeast and the mid-Atlantic. Here we're looking at the European, and we're going to look at snowfall totals. Whoop. I just lost the map. Okay, here we are at 18 hours. Now the system will be in two parts. Here is light snow across this area here. This is associated with the low pressure system in the Ohio Valley, and that should progress eastward and southeast during the period, and perhaps bringing like about 1 to 3 inches of snow. But later on will be the snow, the low off the Mid-Atlantic coast, and we have these two systems as forecasts emerge off the Mid-Atlantic states. Now we have one over the, like I said before, the Ohio Valley, and one developing in the Gulf. They'll should move together and merge. But look at the snowfall totals. They're generally fairly light through 48 hours, 56 hours. We have snowfall amounts about 6. Now we're going to look at the GFS, if I can get it up here. Okay, I guess I don't have that, but we're looking here now at the European ensembles, and we're going. This is out 6 hours. We still have that low spreading snow into Pennsylvania, New York State, and then we start getting into the snowfall here now. Look where this low is. It drops down to 992, and it's about this area. This is throwing back heavy snow, as you can see here. And a lot of models in the last couple runs have been trending wetter, meaning higher, maybe possible higher snow amounts. Okay. Next thing we're going to look at is the Canadian, and the Canadian is more, as you can see here, it's more kind of further inland, closer to the coast, and you can see the freezing line just touching the southern New Jersey coast with the blue dash line, and then it really, see how close those isobars are. That's the strong winds. Now, the National Weather Service has issued winter storm warnings for a large portion of the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, except for southern New Jersey and places further south. And over Long Island, they have issued blizzard warnings, and that's because they'll be closer to the strong pressure gradient. So that's a Canadian. And this is European deterministics. Okay, now we're going to look at the period for January 7th to the 11th, and the ensembles means forecast a trough extending from the plains to Hudson Bay, and a ridge is forecast over the eastern Pacific for January 7th to the 11th. So now we're going to take a look at our models here. And there's a strong trough with the blue. This is going out for September 7th to the 11th. And the red and the lighter shades are the above normal heights along the west coast. And most models and ensembles are in agreement with this pattern. Most models depict a much amplified pattern that could result in an increased chance of Arctic air entering the U.S. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures for this region and below normal precipitation for this area. For precipitation, forecasting below normal precipitation for this area and above normal precipitation here. Now we're going to take a look at the period for January 12th to the 16th, and the models and its ensembles depict height falls in the west and rises in the east for January 12th to the 16th. Now the GEFS, let me see if I can get this map to come up. Let me see the G. Okay, the GFSS. Now, like I said, this is for the 12th to the 16th. And you can see right here that it's forecasting near to above normal heights across much of the nation. So during this forecast period, forecasting above normal temperatures here and above normal temperatures for the East Coast states and below normal temperatures here for precipitation. Calling for below normal precipitation for much of the west and the central northern plains, and above normal precipitation for along the East Coast. So that is a long-range weather forecast discussion for January 4th to 16th. Thank you for coming to Monday's World of Weather, and have a good day.